And hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ron. Thank you for stopping by. On this channel, I do a lot of drone related content, tutorials, tech related news, and the occasional product review. Today's video is about 1, making your video edits look and sound better, and 2, saving you time by speeding up the time it takes you to edit your audio and videos. We'll do this by using some of the automated features already available to you, specifically geared toward making your life easier. I put this video together because I've been struggling myself trying to get better audio out of my videos, and if I've struggled, I know others have as well. So I hope this helps a few of you out. So let's jump right into it. Oh, and stay tuned until the end, because the last tip, it's going to blow your mind, trust me. So the first tip is using a feature called Essential Sound. This feature's been around since 2017, but if you're still learning or new to Adobe Premiere Pro, you may not be using it. I know I wasn't. To pull up this panel, you can click on Window, then Essential Sound, as shown here, or just click on the Audio tab at the top of your window. Now that the Essential Sound panel is showing, and if you've selected any of your tracks below, you'll be able to assign one of these 4 options to any of your audio clips. You have a dialogue, music, SPX or sound effects, and ambience. In short, what this does is assign an audio type to a specific audio clip within the project. So if this is my dialogue track in the video, I'll assign this as dialogue. If the track is my music, I'll assign it the music type, and so on. Now that you've assigned a specific audio type to your audio track, you'll have a ton of additional options available to you as well, but I want to keep this video simple, so we'll focus on the presets that are available to us. If you're an advanced user, you can continue tweaking these settings as well. For the rest of us, we'll use some of the presets like dialogues, loudness, and auto match features. If I select all these tracks as dialogue in my project, then select auto match, the volume or the loudness level of all of my dialogue is now uniform throughout all the clips I've selected. This is a great time saver because you don't have to go in and play with the individual audio levels manually. Everything's now at the same level. The default dialogue value is -23 LUFS. LUFS stands for loudness units relative to full scale, and was introduced primarily to outline broadcast standards to keep the perceived volume of different television shows and advertisements the same. Music has a default of -25 LUFS, special effects has a default of -21 LUFS, and ambience has a default of -30 LUFS. These default values can be changed, but that's a whole separate video, and I know you guys are busy, and I appreciate your time, so we'll keep things moving. Okay, second tip. Let's say you have a song playing softly in the background while you're talking, but the song doesn't run as long as you need it to. If you're like me, you were just copying and pasting the song into the timeline to match the video clips to get the desired length, but there's a better, more seamless and professional way to do this. Just click on the song in your timeline, go to Edit, then Edit in Adobe Audition, and when Adobe Audition launches, just go to New, Multi-Track Session, and add the audio clip to the track. Go to the left and select Properties. You might have to expand the menu on the side here. Select Remix, Enable Remix, and then just change the target duration to match your original video file. You can make the audio clip as long or as short as you want, and you'll see in the audio wave file, Adobe Audition automatically looped the track for you. Then just go to File, Export, and export to Adobe Premiere Pro, and voila, there's your new audio file that matches your video length. Okay, third tip, and this is the one that just blew me away when I learned it. It has to do with audio markers, but wait, it isn't what you probably have seen in other videos where you place markers to help you sync up your video clips. This is actually something I didn't know existed, where you use markers to automatically sync up your video footage to cut to the next scene. Let me show you what I mean. First, place a song on your timeline with your project. Now this is where I'll play the song and drop a marker at each beat, so let's do that. All you do is use a shortcut key, M, to drop markers in your timeline. I'm just going to be hitting M at each beat of the song. Okay, now we've got these markers on our timeline against the beat of the music. Now let me show you the magic where we'll get our video clips to automatically sync to the beat where we placed our markers. Just make sure you're at the beginning of your audio clip before you start. Now, pull up a bunch of video clips you want to use against the music. I've got those placed here in a single folder. Within this bin, I can select or reorganize the footage however I want. So I can, for example, move a bunch of these clips around in the order that I want them. Then select either all of them or just some of them by holding down the Shift or the Control key as I'm selecting the clips. Then choose this Automate to Sequence button down here within the bin. When I select that, you'll have a few options. The first is ordering, and you'll see I have either sort order or selection order. I've already sorted and selected, so I'll choose selection order. Then under placement, I have an unnumbered markers or sequentially. Choose unnumbered markers. For this method, we'll use overwrite edit, and I'll leave everything else as is and hit OK. Now you'll see all my video edits dropped into the timeline, so let's go ahead and play that back now. Come on, how great is that? All my clips are automatically synced to the markers and the audio clip. Okay, and the final two tips have to do with audio ducking. If you don't know what audio ducking is, it's used for voiceover work, and it's a way to incorporate music fades in the beginning of someone speaking. Let me show you. Prior to this feature being available, you might click on the music track and keyframe out around the main dialogue of your speaker. But there's a much quicker way to do this. If you go back into your Essential Sound panel, which we spoke about earlier, just select your music track from the project, and then here on the right, you'll assign this track as music type. Now you'll see here the ducking feature. First, just set the loudness to auto match. This is going to bring your music down to the standard. Remember, we spoke about that earlier, and it'll be -25 LUFS. You'll also see that here in the waveform as it's all been brought down. With the music clip selected, you'll put a check mark in the ducking feature. Then you're going to see that you can select duck against dialogue clips, duck against music clips, duck against special effects, duck against ambience clips, or duck against clips without assigned audio type. In this example, I've already assigned the other track as my dialogue clip, so that's what I'll duck against. Now, you can play around with the sensitivity, reduced by, and the fades, but for now I'm leaving those alone, and just press the generate keyframes, and bam, that's it. Your entire dialogue is now auto-ducked against the music. Look at that, all your keyframes are automatically generated. Let's have a listen. So that's where we got our stuff today. Very helpful, great place, and check with the locals there and they'll give you some great ideas for some beaches.
Okay, welcome to Kakaya State.
Brutal.
When I saw you on the dance floor, oh, I saw you who saw me first.
How cool is that? But there's even a faster way to do this, and you can clear these frames quickly by just selecting the clear audio type from the music type. The quicker way to do this is by using presets within the Essential Sounds panel. To do this, just select my music track. Then at the top of the Essential Sound panel, you'll see preset, the preset option. Under music, you've got a bunch of presets to choose from. I'm going to select duck against everything. You'll notice the music waveform was louder, but I don't have the keyframe showing yet. All you have to do is press generate keyframes, and just like that, everything's ready to go. You've just saved yourself a ton of time. Let's have a listen. With the locals there, and they'll give you some great ideas for some beaches.
Okay, welcome to.
These names are really brutal. But
I want to say it's Kakua.
Kakua, but And you can play around with these settings as well and keep regenerating the keyframes until you have the desired result. Well, I hope you found this information to be helpful. And if any of these tips were new to you and helped you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for future notifications. Again, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I appreciate it. It really does help support the channel. And that's it. So until next time, take care. Happy editing.